everyone, I hope you're having a great day. So in today's video, we're going to be reviewing the Smashbox Full Coverage Foundation. So this is a foundation that was launched, it was probably a few months ago, but it's sort of only recently become available in Australia. I have had that many requests to review this foundation like you cannot even believe. This is meant to be basically the holy grail of all foundations for oily skin. So you can imagine as soon as I hear that, I'm like, I need that. So this one promises to be super lightweight on the skin, yet provide really amazing full coverage. 24 hours of wear. It's packed with a bunch of really nice antioxidants and like hyaluronic acid and things like that. It controls oil and it controls shine. It blurs the skin. It gives it like a soft focus effect. So if you've got texture, enlarged pores, it's going to help with those kinds of things. It's a waterproof. It is sweat and humidity resistant. Like pretty much this is everything I feel like I could want in a foundation. I'm really, really excited to test this. Thank you to all of you who have been requesting for me to test this. I purchased this myself off the Mecca store here in Australia. If you're in Australia, Smashbox is available at Mecca. But for those of you in other countries, usually you'll find Smashbox at Sephora. So I'm not going to ramble on too much. I'm going to get this product on my face. We're going to be doing a really nice close-up look at how it looks on my skin. If you are new here, I do have oily textured skin, so that's sort of what we are working with. After I've applied it, I'm going to be showing you how it looks after all my makeup's on, and then we're going to be doing check-ins throughout the day to see how it wears. And hopefully tonight, I don't know, but hopefully it's still looking cute. So if you're interested in seeing a really in-depth full review of the Smashbox Full Coverage 24-hour foundation, then please keep on watching. First up, packaging wise, because I always show you guys this is the external box that the product does come in. You get 30 ml of product. You've got your foundation shade at the top. Oh, it says on the inside of the lid, a little goes a long way. Okay. And then the actual foundation itself looks like this. I believe, is it a little squeeze tube? Yes, it is. I love foundation packaging like this. I like anything that's really simple, that's easy to use. I'm not going to have to pump a million times. I like this packaging. On the website, it says comfortable, lightweight, 24-hour full cover, weightlessly glides onto the skin, controls oil and shine, non-acnegenic formula, which means it's not going to cause breakouts. Ooh, sweat and humidity resistant, waterproof, formulated with antioxidants. Yep, all of that we know. It contains kaolin clay and bamboo powder, and that's apparently what is going to control the shine and the oil. And as far as application tips, it just says a little goes a long way. So obviously you can use a brush, your fingers, a sponge, whatever suits you. All right, that's enough about the actual formula. Let's get this on my skin. Let's do it. Now, I've got no idea why, but I got new lights, and all of a sudden my face looks red on camera. It's not red in real life. I don't know maybe it won't look like this when I actually edit the footage. We'll see. Now, as per the usual, I am going to be priming only half of my face so that we can see how this product performs, on primed and unprimed skin. I'm using the Hourglass Mineral Veil Primer. As always, this is my holy grail. Now, let's have a little peek at how thick this formula is. Also, for shade reference, I got 2.35, which is described as light medium with a warm golden undertone. Oh, it's actually quite a thick formula. It's kind of like moussey. I don't know if you can see that there. It's actually quite thick. Looks like whipped, kind of. So starting out with a sponge, and I'm going to start on the primed side. Shade-wise, looks pretty good. I cannot believe, whoa! Okay, so definitely only use a little bit. It's a very full coverage. I cannot believe the amount of requests I got to review this one. And I always read all your requests, all your comments, all your DMs. I read literally probably not every single one, but I try as hard as I can to read every single one. So I have been seeing the requests. Oh, the coverage on this? Yeah. Okay, so it is insanely high coverage for sure. Look at that on my skin. And I've honestly only used a tiny amount. So yeah, they're definitely, they're not lying when they say a little bit goes a long way. So probably, if you are looking into picking this one up, only use a tiny, tiny little bit. This would probably be great too. It does feel really lightweight, but not watery. You know how sometimes when you see foundation feels lightweight on the skin, you kind of think, is it more of a serum foundation? This is like a mousse kind of a texture that doesn't feel heavy on the skin, and it would probably be really, really good, you know, if you wanted to customize it, mix it into like a moisturizer or mix it in with your primer, you could probably really easily customize the coverage. It has covered up all of the redness. It's covered up those dark areas underneath my eyes. I'm low in iron, so I've got a particularly, like if you ever notice that your dark under eye circles are just worse than normal, have your iron levels checked. It's usually a really good indication. So blending wise, it was really, really easy to blend out. I don't have any patching or cakiness. Ooh, it's not sticky at all. Like it's actually matte on the skin. It feels like my skin's been powdered. What on earth? That must be the bamboo powder. Okay, this looks beautiful, honestly. So here's my skin with no foundation. And like I've used a tiny, 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 tiny amount. Very, very thin application. Without, with. Wow, I do feel like it looks like it has blurred the skin too. I feel like my skin looks really kind of like velvety. It's got like a velvety kind of texture to it. It really feels like it's been powdered too. It's so bizarre. So moving on to this side. How will it go without a primer? Now, obviously, normally primers are designed to make the skin look smoother, make products apply easier. So it's always good to see how a product reacts, you know, and how it applies and how it wears on the skin without a primer, without that help. I feel like it gives a better indication of actually how good a product is. So blending it in and blending it in with a sponge, absolutely, like it just looks perfect on the skin with a sponge, honestly. I've got no complaints. Yeah, at all with that. I do feel like this side here where I've got no primer, that my pores look slightly larger just on this area of my cheek. Like I feel like you can sort of see them more. They look more smooth and also can report, it looks like it's already creasing on the side of my mouth. Kind of reminds me of the coverage of that Dermacol foundation. Do you remember that one? It's meant to be like the world's most full coverage foundation ever. It looked so nice on the skin until about 5 hours later? If you haven't seen that video, I will link it on the screen. My skin, it literally looked like you'd taken like a needle and poked all these little holes. Like it was the weirdest thing ever. The coverage of this and the texture and sort of how it looks and feels on the skin very much reminds me of that foundation. So comparison wise, zoomed out, this is my skin with the primer and the foundation. Like honestly, it feels so ridiculously smooth. I can't even... My skin feels like it has been powdered. Literally, it feels like it's been powdered. So with the primer and then without the primer on this side. Pretty happy with the shade match. I am an NC30 in MAC for reference. And also, I've got a fair bit of foundation still on the back of my hand. I probably only used... look, maybe a little bit over half of the amount that I began with, and we have got full coverage. So it's covered redness, it's covered darkness. I feel really happy. I feel like it's a really full coverage foundation. Like I'm looking at my skin now and I'm like, yes, that does look full coverage. I do still want to apply a little bit of concealer underneath my eyes and maybe just on the tip of my nose, just to really make sure I'm like fully covered for the day. But so far it's looking really good. And then coming in and zooming in, this is what my skin is looking like. So side with the primer, you can see some enlarged pores just on this area of my face right here, and hopefully the camera actually shows it up. But everywhere else it does look quite smooth. I have got that crease just happening right on the side of my mouth. Hopefully once my oils come through, you know, that'll be sort of settled down. But then this is the side with no primer. I just feel like my pores look slightly more emphasized like right here, and I mean once I've powdered that'll probably be completely gone, but I do feel like it looks slightly smoother on the side with the primer. What do you guys think? Primer? No primer. It looks nice. Like my skin looks quite blurred. If anything, the only thing I'm noticing is it does look slightly drying on the skin. Like if I look up really, really close, I can sort of see like it just looks a little bit dry in some patches, but obviously again, you know, once my natural oils come through, hopefully it is looking perfect. So I'm going to go and finish the rest of my makeup, come back and show you what it all looks like powdered down, ready to go for the day, and then we'll start our check-ins. All right, so I'm back and I've got most of the skin part of my makeup finished. I haven't got any eye makeup on. I'm about to test magnetic eyeliner you know that stuff that you stick the lashes onto? So I'm just about to film another video. So I wanted to quickly show you my skin before I do that, because it might be like an hour before I'm finished and I want you to see the skin accurately. Now, unfortunately, I do feel like my skin is looking quite dry, and I do feel like it is looking quite textured around the bottom part of my mouth. My forehead and everything is looking quite good, quite smooth. I felt like the bronzers and everything did blend down, you know, quite nicely on it. Like nothing negative as far as that goes, but I do feel like the bottom part, I don't know, it kind of looks dry and textured. I'll see if I can zoom you in even closer. All right, so this is the bottom part of my face. So you can see there is definitely creasing. It's happening on both sides of my mouth. I don't usually get that much creasing in those areas. And just sort of along my chin, I don't know, things just look a little bit dry and textured in my opinion. Hopefully once my oils come through, it'll be okay. Everything will be looking like really nice and smooth. But it does look really, really dry. Powdery. Kind of looks powdery on the skin, I would say. So yes, those are my thoughts at this point. I will see you guys in about 6 hours, and hopefully, yeah, things are looking a little bit better by then. Hey guys, so we are back with our first check-in of the day. I'm really disappointed to have to let you guys know this, and I know that so many of you just honestly were hoping that this was going to be the be-all, end-all holy grail. My skin is looking absolutely terrible in this foundation. Damn it! I'm gonna zoom you in because it really needs no explanation. So just feast your eyes on what is happening here on my face. Can you see all that texture? Can you see the caking? Can you see the separation? Like, this is a really, really big fail, guys. And I'm so many people. Tati said that this was like the best foundation that she had like ever tried. And I mean, obviously, I love Tati. Totally respect her. Like, she's just an incredible, incredible person. You've got to bear in mind that different skin types, and even the same skin types, sometimes they can react differently to products. So for me, I'm somebody obviously that has an oily skin type, and as you can see, my oils have come through. I'm certainly, like, I'm fairly mattified through the T-zone a lot more than I am normally. Definitely, I can give it, you know, kudos for that. But on textured skin, you know, on people with enlarged pores, or if you've got, you know, fine lines, any kind of texture on the face, it really just, like, look at this. Got all these tiny little dots. Like all over my chin. It looks like nearly like the pores have like sucked, or even it nearly looks like it's been discolored by the oil. I don't know what exactly causes this. Oh my God, it looks so bad. It's caked and separated all around my mouth. It's funny too, even though those oils have come through, we've still got massive creases on either side of my mouth, caked and separated around my nose, caked and separated on my forehead. I'm creasing on my forehead, and the texture extends all the way up here. You can kind of also see it on the skin, like it looks kind of powdery on the skin. Oh my God, it looks so bad. I don't even know if it's worth finishing this wear test, because honestly, I would not feel comfortable leaving my skin looking like this. Like, I truly would not feel comfortable. I'm going to keep wearing it because I owe you guys that, but look at this. Look at it all here. So bad. Oh, it looks god awful. It honestly looks awful. So that's kind of where we're at. I'll see you guys in another, I don't even think I'm going to bother keeping this on for another 6 hours. Like, there's no coming back from this. Like, without me actually going in, touching this up, fixing this. And honestly, we can't say that it's just the primer because it's happening on both sides of my face. Both sides of my face look awful. Touching up, nothing is going to fix this. So I guess we'll just see how it continues to wear, see if I get more oil through the T-zone, and maybe it might be a contender for mixing with other foundations. I hope it is. I spent a lot of money on it, so I hope that it is, but it's not looking good, guys. This one's a fail. All right, guys, so we are back with our final check-in, and unfortunately, I have had no change with how this foundation has been wearing. The only thing really that's changed is the entire situation has gotten worse, and I also now have additional oil through my T-zone. Still not like heaps and heaps and heaps of oil, to be sure. Like, I do still feel like, you know, it's definitely kept me reasonably mattified, but the caking and the separation and the weird little holes that are all over my face, it's it's next level. It's like seriously next level. Let's zoom in again. So hopefully you can see, oh, and also I ate a sandwich before and my lipstick ended up on my chin. Hi, priorities. Thank you. But you really can see all of that texture, all of that caking, that separation, strange little weird dots that are happening all over my face. I don't know if the foundation has like absorbed the oil in the actual open areas of my pores and caused like it to darken or discolor. I don't know. Like it looks truly hideous on my skin. I'm so disappointed. But as you can see, my T-zone, really not that bad. Like, there's not that much oil. It's so rough and nasty on the skin. Like, how is this lightweight? How is this fresh feeling? How is this... Look at my chin. Like, look at this. Look at this. It's a mess. It's a mess. Now, obviously, like I said, I paid money for this, so I will attempt to mix it with other foundations, see if I can use it in some way, hopefully somehow, but certainly as a straight up and after a wear test on my oily skin type, if you've got skin like mine, I would avoid this one, guys. I really, really would avoid this. I know that this is a lot of people's like holy grail, like, yes, this foundation, you know, such amazing coverage, such amazing wear time. I can't figure that out based on looking at my face. Like, maybe if you've got Botox everywhere and your face doesn't move at all and you've got zero pores and you're just this perfect, like, maybe then it would work. But like, if you're going to be doing any kind of expressions with your face or you've got any kind of texture, avoid. And I can only imagine, like, if you've got dry skin as well, based on how powdery this looked and how like drying it looked when I first initially applied it, I can imagine for dry skins this would just be an absolute nightmare as well. So yeah, quite disappointing results, unfortunately. I know a lot of you were excited about this one, but this, you know, this is my experience. I always recommend to you guys, watch as many reviews as you possibly can. See if you can get a sample size, you know, like a little tester before actually purchasing. See how you go. But yeah, if you were to ask me, I would say 100% avoid this one. Get double wear. Don't buy this. Buy Estee Lauder double wear. It's the absolute best foundation ever. Like, ever. It's so good. But I hope today's video was helpful for you guys. I cannot wait to remove this, to be honest. I'm just... But yes, I hope seeing this wear test was helpful for you guys. Let me know what foundation you want to see reviewed next. Give the video a thumbs up if you did enjoy it. As always, let me know all of your thoughts down in the comment section. And I love you guys heaps. I hope you're having a great day. It's Sunday here. I'm going to take this off. Probably going to go downstairs and watch The Bachelor with the face mask on. I didn't end up wearing it for the full 12 hours. It's 5:30 here. We're not going to get any improvement from this. Like, this is as good as it gets. So yes, I hope you're having an amazing day. I love you guys heaps, and I will catch you in my next video.